have you seen this Starfield shit? Like, I never played it, but...
What do you mean this Starfield? There's a lot of Starfield shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm just shocked at, like, how not awesome it looks. Like, I really...
Well...
I wasn't going to play it. I even thought it was going to be a little better.
Oh, really? Okay.
I was like, whoa.
Well, I haven't seen much of it.
This is the game? Like, I was like, that was my reaction. And a lot of streamers are doing that. And there was someone from something... streamed a little bit of the game and then were complaining about it, and then they deleted the Twitter post with the video because it was too horrifying.
Oh,
I don't want to say that. And a few people were saying, like, muttering that, like, a lot of next week a lot of journos are going to be writing their review for this game like they're signing their death certificate.
Oh.
Someone said that. So I was like, what does that mean? I didn't know how to take that. What do you? Is it that bad or something? And there was some curious reviews. Like, there was a lot of 10s, and there was some 7s, and, like, unusual stuff. But it's, like, essentially...
Oh, I see what you gotta do.
I'm not going to call it a No Man's Sky thing, but it's kind of like, it's definitely...
Yeah.
One of those things where I feel a lot of people probably had an incorrect assumption about what the game was going to be like. I know Bethesda, I know what it was going to be, but even then, I was a little bit shocked at what I was seeing. But I feel bad for people who, like, people don't really understand space. The average person doesn't. They just don't understand. Like, they don't know the distances involved. They don't know what it means to ask for a space exploration game.
Oh, yeah.
The average person just doesn't know, because they don't know space.
Yeah.
They know the water, the land, okay? Bethesda has mastered land exploration games. They got it down to a science. They can just shit it out in 5 seconds. But space, it's totally different. It's totally different. Like, people, I think that's where a lot of people's false assumptions about these games come from. Like, it's not going to be Star Citizen. It's not going to be Kerbal Space Program. Like, it's Bethesda. Like, it's like, you don't actually explore space in this game. You don't fly your ship anywhere. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Your ship is in front of, like, a wallpaper of a planet, and you just move around. You can't actually, like, your ship doesn't go to another planet. It's just there in front of a wallpaper of a planet, and you move around, and it feels like you're moving.
Oh.
There's no... From what I've seen, I mean, I could be wrong, but from a few different videos I've seen, and what people are complaining about, like, oh, this isn't what you think, space exploration, here's how it really works. You go to your ship, a cutscene happens, your ship is above the planet. You can fly the ship around the planet. No, you can't around the planet. You can fly it with the planet in front of you. Like, you can...
Yeah.
There's the background, the wallpaper of the planet, and your ship is floating in front of it. There's no... Like, it's not really there.
Yeah,
and then you make another cutscene to go to another planet.
So, like, is there like a pointer in the middle of the screen showing where you're about to land? Is it that kind of thing? And you're like panning across the landscape, trying to find a place to...
I don't think.
Because that's the image that appears in my head when you...
I don't know if... I don't really...
I haven't actually seen it yet.
You select a random spot on the planet. And when you go down there, it generates a cell of that planet at random.
Yeah.
And nobody can quite figure out if you can land somewhere close to it and see the things you saw from the distance. And if you can't, that's kind of spooky. But also it's totally understandable because I know how big space is. And I don't think the average person does understand the enormous difficulty of creating something like Star Citizen.
Yeah.
Which is still why it's not even close to out.
Well, I'm not sure that's why, but
no,
it's
yeah,
it's
I know what you mean. I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's why like other space games aren't quite don't quite have everything Like they don't have all the simulation from Kerbal Space Program.
Yeah, that'll never
That's just
happen
crazy.
again. I mean, the devs couldn't do it again.
Yeah.
It's totally frigged. You should see this subreddit. Oh my god. The Kerbal Space Program subreddit. Like, they're talking about seriously creating a different subreddit for KSP2. Just to contain it.
Oh my god.
And there'll be nobody there. It'll just be forgotten. The game's forgotten now. It's unbelievable. It's unreal.
Jeez,
how sad it is.
Yeah, they couldn't fix it.
Like, the cope is finally wearing off on the subreddit, and people are finally saying, like, okay, like, what's this game going to be like in a year? Is it going to be canceled? Is it going to be... Is this just going to be bug fixes? Seriously floating the idea of just bug fixes from now on, not content.
Yeah.
Bug fixes for a game that's not as fully featured as KSP1. So what's the point of the game?
Yeah.
You can't do as much as you could in KSP1. It's not at the same level of doneness as the first game, but we're just bug fixing now.
Yeah.
What's the point of it? What's the point? Oh, I'm just fixing my car that'll never work. Alright, I'm just thinking about just driving my good car to work and then continuing to work on all my money on the car that will never work. That's where all my money's going. I know it'll never work.
No.
Like, that's what it's like.
Man.
Such a disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it coming, but it's really sad that people still, to this day, can't see
it's the second
disasters
game,
coming.
Yeah, it's the second game, dude.
I don't think I have a superpower.
So sad.
I don't think I'm a superhero or something, because I can see disasters coming like a normal person. But other people can't. I don't know what it is.
Oh.
People are so excited. KSP2, I'm taking 3 weeks off work. Whoa. And I remember just thinking, it's on Unity still. And I was looking at the announcement trailer. I remember saying, there's no way any of that's going to work. But you can't tell people that. You can't explain to them that you can't do these things in Unity. They don't want to believe it. Like, so you just end up with No Man's Sky syndrome. I don't know what to call it. It just happens to be that No Man's Sky is the extreme example.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even though that game turned itself around, it just took forever to turn itself around, which is not an excuse. You're not allowed to do that. Even if the game ends up good, it's not nice to, sell. If somebody's like, hey, can I ride a horse in this game? Oh, well, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
Kind of.
Maybe. And then the game comes out, and in 9 years you can ride a horse. I told you. Like, I don't know about that one. It's certainly, the devs are certainly dedicated, but it's just, it's just something about it that I don't want to keep seeing again. You have to tell people what the game is. Although alarmingly, in No Man's Sky from day one, I think you could land on the planet and then go to space in real time. Like, you can't do that in Starfield. Because it's
well, I don't really want that.
No, I don't want it either. I don't care. I don't care.
See, the reason I'm kind of lukewarm about Starfield is because I don't want... Like, I know what they're promising. They promised at the beginning wasn't going to happen, but I don't want that either.
No, I don't.
I want a sci-fi...
I know, I don't want it either.
I want a sci-fi Fallout 3.
But besides that, it doesn't even look that good. Like, just looking at it, like, it's bland looking. I don't know. It just doesn't... I don't think it looks quite as good as Fallout.
Yeah.
I don't even like Fallout.
Huh.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's amazing, but there is something weird about just allowing you to fly your ship just in front of a planet. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
What that's about. Why would you tease the player? Just give them a little flick to the balls and tease them about it. Oh, look. Well, instead of just making it a cutscene, I don't know. Like, and not everybody... Like, there's people who are totally disengaged from the news cycle of video games too. That we don't realize often. Like, I remember there was somebody at Walmart here who he genuinely didn't know anything about Fallout 76 before he bought it.
Oh, yeah.
Literally.
Uh-huh.
He's just a total normie. He played Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 and loved it because it's Bethesda slop. It's the same. Yeah. It's the same slop. You can just turn off your brain, slop through everything for 50 hours.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was like, that's fine. I respect that for this person who just wants to get off work and slop around in some Bethesda planet. But
just get your slop on.
Anyway,
they call it slooning.
So he just bought Fallout 76.
Uh-huh.
Full price day one, okay. And then he was telling me how mad he was, and he returned it like the next day and was freaking out. And
oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my god, this is horrible. Can't believe we can do this to people.
Yeah, it really is bad. Like, it's kind of a scam. Like, it's the closest thing to a scam like you can get away with.
How long have we played this slop?
What?
How long have we played this slop now?
Well, we're in World 2.
What is it now?
It is 37 minutes.
Oh my god. How many more minutes can we survive?
Why did it take 37 minutes to get through the first world?
Just messing around.
I guess, but... Oh, this world just looks beautiful. I just love it. This is a real beaut, this world.
It looks so much worse. It looks so much worse than Mario 3.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't pop. It's just like, oh my god.
And like when like the one on the Wii U came out, they were like, "Oh right, we're supposed to like put things in the background. You can't just get away with this."
Yeah. I hate how in Mario Wonder, Nabbit and Yoshi are the dedicated like baby characters that are easy to play.
Yeah, that's right.
Which sucks because I used to like Nabbit.
Yeah.
He's like the only thing I liked that ever came out of the new Super Mario Bros. Shit was Nabbit because he's weird. I like that guy. Remember how? What was he a character in? I think his first game was like either Mario Bros. U or Super Luigi Bro, whatever. Remember that Luigi one?
Yeah. It might have been the Luigi one.
Remember when that game came out at the same time as Zelda Link Between Worlds? And Link Between Worlds had Ravio, that purple rabbit guy.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone thought, like, are they connected?
Like, they look the same.
Nabbit and Ravio. I still kind of play Link Between Worlds, and I love Ravio. He's the best. He's the best guy.
Yeah, he just wants to make a little money.
He lives in your house.
Yeah, he lives in your house and sets up a business in your house. Not wrong with that.
No.
He like as soon as the world goes to shit and Ganon takes over the world again. Well, not Ganon, but
Yuga.
He just like he just thinks like, how can this benefit me?
How can this benefit me and Link? He reminds me of like, I don't know, I like these guys. Like my favorite character I always think about in Ocarina of Time is that asshole that shows up in the Hyrule Market Town. He's the one person living there in that little shop. They used to have one guard living in it in the normal time.
Yeah.
But after shit goes to hell, there's a kid in there with like he's laying on a bed and he's got a drawing of a Triforce behind him that's drawn wrong. And he's got a stick and he's whacking a box on top of him. And he's like, "Hey, if I look good as you, I can run a different kind of business here." And he's like, he has a ghost face, like he has a hood and a red dot on his face, and he's like whacking the box off him to get the pose to shut up. He's catching Poes, and he's the guy you sell Poes to.
Yeah,
he's like a Poe rancher or something. He's awesome. my favorite character archetype is the guy who enjoys the slop, enjoys the insanity, and they're usually a kid or something, and they're usually really mean.
Yeah,
and they just show up like Oscar the Grouch for some reason.
Yeah. The degenerate.
Yeah. I always wish that there was like Beetle, that character who sells you things, has been around since Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Like he shows up in all the modern Zelda games as some Beetle type guy, but I always wish there was an evil Beetle.
Yeah.
Who was evil Beetle. But there isn't. I haven't seen one yet.
Oh yeah.
A bad Beetle who is like mean.
That's a good idea.
And steal stuff.
It's like Patches.
Yeah, Patches. I love Patches. He's one of them too. Whatever that character type is, I'm not sure what to call it.
Nasty little gremlin.
Yeah.
So. And he kind of talks like this, and he's like, I'm just a bad dude.
I'm just bad.
Yeah.
There's something shiny over in that hole.
Yeah.
Why don't you go get it?
Oh. Thought you could outsmart an onion, eh?
Yeah, like Patches tells you go over into that hole to get that shiny thing. Oh. And then he gets away with it and keeps getting away with it, and eventually shows up in the Nexus and Demon Souls trying to be your friend.
And then Elden Ring, when you summon him during Radon, he just immediately flees.
Yeah.
What do I do about this? I need Minnie. Probably.
God, I wish you could do the Mario World thing where you run and crouch under it and just kind of float through it. It pushes you through the other end. Remember that shit?
Oh, yeah.
Utilizing that glitch.
Notice how in Wonder a lot of the key poses are just taken from classic Mario stuff.
Yeah,
like the jump animation is like the SMB3.
It uses
the artwork, and
it uses a 3/4 angle for everything.
Yeah,
instead of flat, which is forced soul.
Yeah, it's forced soul. However, it is acceptable forced soul, so it's okay.
I remember the first time anyone saw Mario Wonder, immediately the phrase "forced soul" showed up. It was so funny.
It's true too. They're doing it on purpose, so it's not good.
Yeah.
It looks fresh and all that, but they're doing it on purpose. They're doing it because they know we want to see freshness.
Yes.
So
it has to be
what
accidental.
What it should have been was just really shitty and stupid, and in a way that everyone hates it.
It's like remember, what is it? Effort divided by outcome equals soul. Right? So high effort divided by low outcome is high number. That's high soul. Mm-hmm. So when you try really hard and no one buys it, that's soul.
Well, when you think about it, Wonder is a high profile developer making a low effort game in a way that appeals to people. So where do you put that on the
soul meter?
Soul meter, yeah.
Well, it goes in the forced quadrant of the soul meter.
Like this right here. The doors with the D-pad pointing up on it. That's true artificial non-soul.
I know.
That's actually good because it makes me mad, but I enjoy being mad, so it's fine.
Yeah, for soul, the doors should have wrote up on it in chalk. With red chalk up. Kid drew it.
Yeah.
That's soul. That's how you do a soul door for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they gotta step up their soul game.
What's the most soulful Nintendo game?
Maybe something like Chibi Robo.
Yeah, I was thinking Pikmin 1 in my head, but...
Pikmin 1 is the original Chibi Robo. So, that's that's correct. It's like that's like all the tiny man collecting things in like a contemporary environment.
I'm putting together
genre.
a team.
Yeah.
What did we? The ScAvengers. Yeah.
The ScAvengers.
Remember that?
What was that? Like, that'd be like Olimar and Louis and
Olimar, Louis, the Prince, and the
Chibi
King
Robo.
from the King, a small version of the King from Katamari Damacy. Chibi Robo. Who else is going to show up?
Yeah, what else? What else is in that genre? There's like, it's got to be like, it's got to take place in modern times, and it's got to have a funny little man like collecting things on a time limit or like cleaning up things. There are other games like that, I know. But I can't. Like, none of them are like second party Nintendo games, so.
Who would, imagine if we're announcing this game and we're doing it Smash Bros. Style, who would be the wild card character we revealed right at the end to shock people?
Mm-hmm.
Who would that be? Think about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Someone from Toy Story. What?
Yeah.
Dude, Woody is in this game. What?
Oh my god,
No.
Woody.
How did they get Woody? Well, I mean, they got Sora from Disney. Maybe they could get Woody.
Shit. Oh yeah, I got him. Alright. Yeah, what would be surprising? Like, I think they've exhausted my hype bladder with Ultimate.
It might just be the Prince from Katamari Damacy.
Yeah.
That honestly, in reality, that's how it probably would work out.
Mm-hmm.
People like that, and it still sells.
Yeah.